Hello, kindergarten. Today we're going to be making pizzas. Yay! These are going to be delicious. I can't wait to make them with you. So, now that you can see what we're making, let me show you how we're going to begin. Okay? So, I have traced the shapes on pieces of paper. Okay, we're going to start with a circle, and I put them up on the supply table in the order that you'll need them. Okay, so first, you guys are going to be using scissors today. Okay, remember, thumbs up on top and fingers in the bottom. Okay, open, close, open, close. All right, so you'll start with your crust. That's our brown circle. Next, you'll move on to our orange hexagon. This will be our sauce. Then you can come to the front table and cut out your pepperoni. This will become the cheese. And you're thinking, what is she talking about? I'll show you in just a minute. Okay? And then under the table is the scrap bins, and that just has some extra paper that you can grab to add some extra toppings that you love on your pizza. Okay? So, let me get started. First, I'm going to cut out my circle. So let's see. I'm going to open the scissors and I put the paper in, and I'm going to use this extra hand to kind of turn my paper. So I'm keeping the scissors pointed away from me, and all this hand is doing is going open, shut, open, shut. This hand is doing all of the turning. It's the steering hand, okay? So I'm going to go open, close. See how I'm moving my other hand? And that is turning the paper so that my scissors will follow the black line. Now I have my crust. Okay, this will go in the garbage later. Then, second piece you need to cut is the sauce. Here's my hexagon. So I'm just gonna open, close, and then I'm gonna use this hand right here to turn my paper. Turn it again. Turn it again. Turn it again. And turn it again. There's my scraps. That will go in the garbage later. And now I have my sauce. Okay, then the next one you're going to cut are 3 pepperonis. I'm going to open, close, open, close. This hand is turning my paper. The pepperonis are a little bit harder because they are smaller shapes. So go nice and slow and just do your best. Okay, go to the other one. Open, close, turning the paper, turning. And there's my second one. And here is my third. Turning the paper. Oh, I can't wait to see you guys making these delicious pizzas. You guys are gonna make me hungry. Okay, there's my next pepperoni. And now, the cheese. Oh, I love cheese on my pizza. So, grab a long strip, and what you're going to do is just go like this. You're gonna cut. Can you see? Let me go closer. Just gonna cut, 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 and keep making long little pieces. It's going to look like shredded cheese. Okay? You're gonna go all the way down. When your scissors get really close to your fingers, do you see how they're getting closer? Stop for a minute. Slide your paper down so that my scissors can be far away from my other hand. Make sure I'm being really safe. Okay, open, close. I'm cutting. Oh, look at all the delicious cheese falling on my paper. Okay, slide my hand a little bit away. If it gets too small and you're like, oh, I don't want to get that close to my finger, then don't. You could leave this for a piece of scrap paper. Okay? All right, so now I've got my cheese. I'm gonna gather it up. Okay, I've got my pepperoni. I'm just gonna make a little pile here. So I've got my cheese together. Now, if you wanna make extra things, I wanted to draw some mushrooms on this brown paper. And so just think about the shapes that you see when you have pizza toppings. I know the top of the pepperoni kind of looks like a curved line like that. And then I'm gonna do a straight line, and then it has a stem. Okay, so maybe I'll do 2 pepperonis. And then I also love black olives. Oh, it's my favorite. So I'm just gonna make black little circles. Maybe I'll put 4 on there. Okay, so I drew 4 so I can have some black olives. And then I was gonna put green peppers on, but I don't know. I'm not feeling very hungry for green peppers today, so I guess I'll just do black olives and mushrooms. Okay, now the smaller your toppings are, remember, the harder it is to cut them. And the better you want to be at cutting, slow down. Slow, slow, slow. You'll get better and better if you just go nice and slow. Work on having control with your scissors. Okay. And then before you know it, you'll be so great at cutting. This will be super easy. There we go. And now I'm just gonna cut out my mushroom. This is a lot of turning the corners. See this hand over here? Wow, it's really busy because I have to keep moving this paper because mushrooms are hard to cut out. So let me do it again. This one's tricky. And if it doesn't look like, sometimes mushrooms are just like little chopped up pieces, right? So you could do it differently if you want. All right, so now I have all of my toppings done. And I'm gonna open my glue. Remember how we twist it open? If there's a little bit of dry glue on the top, your glue's not coming out, just pick that off, okay? Ooh, there we go, I got it. And you should be able to hear it breathing when you give it a little squeeze. I can see mine's open, okay? So now I've gotta take off all my toppings, and I'm gonna start, I've got the crust, and now I need to start with the sauce because that's my next layer. That was the second layer. And I'm just gonna do, let me open this a little bit better. There we go. Dot, dot, not a lot. Remember, you don't need a lot of glue, and just around the edges. You don't need to have a whole bunch of glue in the middle, just the edges. I'll put it on the middle of my crust. Then, oh, you know what? I think I'm gonna start to glue my cheese down. Now the cheese, to glue this down, what I recommend is just doing some dots all over your sauce. This makes it go a little bit quicker. And then, after you have those dots on there, now put the cheese, okay? So now I'm gonna put all the cheese on here and I'm gonna glue everything on. Next, I'll glue my pepperonis. And then I'll glue on all my additional toppings that I made. Okay. Now, I want to talk about some of my students are not in my classroom. They're working from home. And I know you don't have all of these shapes at home, but let's talk about that because you could find these shapes around your house. So I found a toilet paper tube. Well, I think this was from Paper Towel. And so what you could do is put this on your paper if you want to make red pepperonis and trace around that circle to make your pepperonis. Okay, I have a stencil, but if to make the crust, kind of a bigger circle. If you don't have a stencil, you know what you guys could use? A bowl. Okay, this is a bowl from my crayons. So you could use that or a cereal bowl or whatever you have. Okay, and let's see. It doesn't have to be this colored paper. If you don't have colored paper, you can always take a white piece of paper and you could color it with crayons and make a red piece of paper. And you could make an orange piece of paper for the sauce. And you could color a long, skinny piece of paper for the yellow cheese. Okay, so if you don't have all the materials, let's be creative and think of our own way to make them at home. And for my kids that are here, you could also make another pizza at home by using those tips as well. So you could do this again and make pizzas for your whole family. So now I'm going to glue the rest on, and I'll keep finishing this until my pizza looks like this. All right, you guys, good luck. Have fun making pizzas. Boy, I'm hungry. I better go eat.